Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. Let's get right into this video and let's get right into this tech moment surrounding this great device from Samsung, released this year. And what do I think of this device after having it for a substantial amount of time? To be honest, I'm going to be breaking it down fully. So this is your extensive stop at what you need to know about this phone. Let's get right into it. Samsung seem to have made bold but practical choices with the design of the S21. The matte textured rear plastic back feels stylish and does not attract fingerprints. The reduced bump around the camera sensors not only gives the phone a distinct look, but also prevents the device from aggressively wobbling when placed on a flat surface. The practical approach continues, as holding this phone is three things: light, comfortable, and easy. The phone's height and width is balanced in order to achieve this, although using this phone one-handed was sometimes a bit tough, but I'm going to put that down to the fact that I'm a small phone user. One area I can't overlook is the display. This 1080p OLED FHD Plus panel was a treat to use, both for gaming and media consumption. The color representation is accurate, the general vibrancy is great, and the overall brightness is superb. Even though it's technically a downgraded display compared to the S20 of last year, that did not matter, as I'm pretty sure a lot of users would prefer to enable 120Hz when using their device, bringing me appropriately to the general user experience with this phone. And to put it simply, it gets the job done. There's no lag, no unnecessary stutters, pages load quick thanks to the generous amount of RAM available, and the smooth scrolling positively adds to the entire experience, which is wrapped up nicely with One UI 3.1. I felt that the Samsung S21 very consistently gave me a sense of confidence when using it. I did not often feel like I wouldn't be able to rely on this phone for day-to-day tasks, and that matters, at least to me. After all, a smartphone is technically the modern-day compact computer, so judging the S21 on that basis alone, it scores high. However, as this is an in-depth review, let's talk about the stuff that matters outside of the user experience, such as the camera. This is not a bad phone for taking pictures and recording videos, not by a long way, but it did leave me wanting more in certain areas. The pictures sometimes had way too much saturation, and the highest capable 4K videos look a bit dark. This improves significantly in good lighting conditions. What doesn't improve is the speed in which photos are snapped and processed. It's longer than what I would expect from a phone containing the latest and greatest processor. And this is the part where the S21 becomes part of many other so-called Samsung mid-range flagships: the disparity in performance. The S21 I was using was a UK version Exynos 2100 variant, and having seen other reviewers use the global version of this phone, I'm convinced that there still remains a noticeable gap between my version of this phone and the Snapdragon 888 version, particularly in image processing, as both models use different image signal processors, and that often leads to worse photos coming out of the Exynos 2100 variant, which is a shame but not a complete surprise. On a more positive note though, I did notice that the battery performance is better than I expected. In fact, this 5nm 2100 chip produced surprising results in a recent real-day battery test I conducted, which I'll leave a link to, so be sure to check that out. And while you're at it, consider subscribing to the Tech Moments channel for more tech in the moment like this. So one area I've not really spoken about is the price of the S21. This is perhaps what saves this smartphone from being lost in the crowd of other similar mid-range devices, and that's because it's lowered compared to last year's S20. I've said this before and I'll say it again: price is one of the most important features of a modern phone, and in the case of the S21, I stand by that firmly. When compared to the iPhone 12 or OnePlus 8 Pro, the S21 can easily beat those devices in certain areas. The question is, does it do enough to justify spending your mid-range budget over those phones? And the answer is maybe. Strange answer, right? Well, the reason for that is because people prefer different interfaces and operating systems, and in my opinion, the OS of a device can make or break your purchase decision when contemplating which phone to get. In the case of the Samsung Galaxy S21, I found it to be well integrated and very user-friendly, but that's just me. What's your thoughts and what's your take on this phone? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That's it from me, and that's it from this video. I'll see you guys in the next tech moment.